Good day, grade 9 students! So this time I will teach you how to find the sum and product of roots of quadratic equations. So we'll have the following formula in finding the sum of the roots and product of the roots. So for the sum of the roots, the formula is just only negative b over a. And for the product of the roots, that is only c over a. So we have the following examples. Find the sum and the product of the roots of the given quadratic equations. So we have three quadratic equations. So we'll have to solve first the number 1 given. So we have to find the sum of the roots of 7x squared plus 9x minus 3 equals 0. So the first thing that we should do is to find the values of a, b, and c. So we have 7, positive 9, and negative 3. And for the sum of the roots, so we have SR, or stands for sum of the roots, negative b over a. So substitute that one, so you have 9 over 7. So that would be your final answer for the sum of the roots. Next, for the product of the roots, we have PR. So we have the formula is c over a. So you have the c is negative 3 over 7. So your final answer here is negative 3 over 7. So that's for number 1. Next, we'll proceed to the number 2 given quadratic equation. So the given is 8x squared minus 5x equals negative 25. So before we'll identify the values of a, b, and c, let us transform first this quadratic equations into the standard form. So you have 8x squared minus 5x. So negative 25 will become positive 25 equals 0. So the value of a is 8, the value of b is negative 5, and the value of c is 25. And for the sum of the roots, we have negative times negative 5 over 8. So what is negative times negative 5? So you have positive 5 over 8. That is for the sum of the roots. Next, for the product of the roots, you have your c is 25, so you have 25. Your a is 8, so you have 25 over 8. So just write your answer in improper fraction. So that is for number 2. So we have the last one. So you have number 3, 6x squared minus 3 equals 4x. So we should transform this quadratic equation into its standard form. So we have 6x squared, so 4x will become negative 4x. Just copy negative 3 is equal to 0. And the value of a here is 6. For b is negative 4, and for c is negative 3. And for the sum of the roots, so we have SR is equal to negative b over a. So you have negative 4 times negative 4 over 6. So that is positive 4 over 6. So can we simplify this one? Yes, so that is 2 over 3. Okay, next for the product of the roots, we have c over a. So your c is negative 3 over 6. So can we simplify negative 3 over 6? Yes. So the simplified form is what? Negative 1/2. So that is for the sum and product of the roots. So this time we'll proceed to the finding the quadratic equations with the given roots. So what is the formula in finding the quadratic equations with the given roots? So we have this formula: x minus r1 times x minus r2 is equal to 0. So we have the following examples. Find the quadratic equations with the given roots. So we have 4 and 5, 7 and negative 6, and for negative 4 and 5/2. So we'll have the first one, 4 and 5. So 4 and 5. So what is the formula again? So that is only x minus r1 times x minus r2 equals 0. Let us identify our r1. So that is 4. And our r2 is 5. And after that, substitute on the formula. So you have x minus 4, then x minus 5 equals 0. And after that, use the FOIL method in finding the product. So you have x times x, so you have x squared. Then negative 4 times x, we have negative 4x. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. Negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20, is equal to 0. Combine like terms, so negative 4x minus 5x. So you have x squared minus 9x plus 20 is equal to 0. So this would be your final answer. We'll have the second one, that is 7 and negative 6. So your r1 here is 7 and your r2 is negative 6. Use the formula, so they have x minus r1 times x minus r2 is equal to 0. And after that, substitute the given roots on the formula. So you have x minus 7 multiplied to x minus negative 6 is equal to 0. So you have x minus 7 times x negative times negative 6 will become positive 6 is equal to 0. And after that, apply the FOIL method. So you have x times x, you have x squared, negative 7 times x, you have negative 7x. Then x times 7 is positive 7. This is 6, by the way. So you have x times 6, you have positive 6x, and negative 7 times 6 is negative 42 equals 0. Then after that, combine like terms, you have negative 7 plus 6x. You have x squared, 1x or x here, minus 42 is equal to 0. So your final answer here is x squared minus x minus 42 is equal to 0. Okay, we'll proceed to the last one. So we have negative 4 and 5/2 or 5/2. So your r1 is negative 4, your r2 is 5/2. Again, use the formula x minus r1 times x minus r2 equals 0. So we have x minus negative 4 times x minus 5 over 2 is equal to 0. So we have x negative times negative 4, so that is positive 4. Then x minus 5 over 2 is equal to 0. So for this, apply FOIL method. So you have x squared, then 4 times x, so you have positive 4x. Then x times negative 5 over 2 is negative 5 over 2x. And then positive 4 times negative 5 over 2, so you have 4 times negative 5 is negative 20, divided by 2 is negative 10, is equal to 0. Okay, if you have this one, multiply the whole equation by the denominator, so that is 2. So you have 2 times x squared, so 2x squared. 2 times 4x is positive 8x. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10, divided by 2 is negative 5x. 2 times negative 10 is negative 20, is equal to 0. So, is this your final answer? Okay, by the way, this is not your final answer. So, you should combine like terms here. So, you have 2x squared. 8x minus 5x, so you have positive 3x. Then, just copy negative 20 is equal to 0. So, your final answer here is 2x squared plus 3x minus 20 is equal to 0. So, that's all for finding the quadratic equations with the given roots. I hope you understand. So, this is Teacher Vivian.